will be expected to beat Chile in that final game. New Zealand 0, USA 0 in Group G. TeamGB's third corner. Win takes it.
Yeah, I think Japan have even admitted that.
Early enough there for quite a while. Got to use the ball quickly. Here comes a Manchester City player who had a starring role for them this season at club level. We have a Manchester City teammate, Ben Williamson.
Yeah, Wells will see it.
So is that you now? Is that you? Yeah. Where am I then?
Oh, definitely, for sure. Especially now how like the game's evolved and how when you're actually playing the game, it seems like it's so real. It kind of gives you the vibe that you're actually there. So a lot of kids will be looking at that and be like, okay, I want to give this a go and give it a try. It makes it a bit harder, definitely. Everyone is used to playing with a crowd or competing against a crowd, so it's going to be very different. But they've all gone there for one job, so that's just to get a medal, and you've got to do what you've got to do, really. Yeah, it does. But you know, the Olympics are still the Olympics with or without the crowd, you know. And you're there to represent your country, so that's really what you've got to do, and just go and give it your all. The fact that there's no crowd, it is a bit of a, you know, it's a bit sad, but you know, the games are still happening, so we have to look at that and be like, you know what, it is possible to do it without a crowd. I think positively. I think a lot of people probably needed a break from sport, just to spend time with family and friends, or just to think about life in general. So I think it will definitely is weird not having Olympics when you're supposed to have an Olympics, but it's here now, and we have to be grateful that it is here, because there was a lot of talks that it wasn't going to happen at all. So it's just one of those things that you've just got to kind of just keep moving on. It's happening now, and definitely everyone's training has definitely changed, but the fact that they're here is a positive, so that's huge.
I loved it. It brought back memories for me from my childhood, playing like Daley Thompson's decathlon and stuff like that. I was trying to find a little cheat, because I remember when I was a kid, you used to be able to rub a battery over the two buttons to make you run quicker. I didn't have that today, but just really good fun. It just, I don't know, it's just the Olympic spirit. It's all started. It feels great to be around it and to play games. I was playing track and field on there. It's great. Just wish I was as fast as I was in the game, but I'm not anymore. It will be a strange Olympic Games for these athletes, because I know, talking from experience, for example, Atlanta 1996, I got a silver medal. Doing the lap of honour, I saw my mum and dad in a crowd out of 100,000 people, and it was a lovely moment, because they were important people who have helped me on my journey to become an Olympic medalist. So obviously it'll be a bit strange for the athletes not to have the roar of the crowd or faces they may know. But if I'm honest with you, you train your whole life for this moment. As soon as that gun goes, you're properly tunnel vision anyway. You don't really hear anything. You just concentrate on your lane and your race and your strategy. So yes, it would be nice to have crowds there, but I'd say it's the same for everyone. So I think our athletes are all professionals, and they'll be able to raise their game anyway. And if you can't raise your game for an Olympic Games because there are no crowd, then maybe you need to have a word with yourself. They're going to be great. Nah, maybe. It's a strange way. You can look at it two ways. You can say, you know, the world is a strange place. The games have been delayed by a year. The athletes won't be, you know, ready, but they will. They've had that extra year of training. So for some athletes, for example, in the women's middle distance running in Britain at the moment, you've got some young athletes like Gemma Reekie, Keely Hodgkinson. They're all young athletes. If the games had been last year, they probably wouldn't have been ready. But having that extra year of training, then they're going to be ready. You could also say that some athletes may be coming towards the end of their career, and going on an extra year, an extra winter training might have been a bit of a struggle. But it is what it is. The games are now, and I know TeamGB are going to bring back loads of medals, loads. Every year, every Olympics, I always say we can't better that. London 2012, we got loads of medals. I thought that's the best ever. Then came Rio, did even better. So yes, these games in Tokyo will be a bit different, but one thing is for certain, the British athletes know when to raise their game and when to perform, and that's on the Olympic stage. I think we'll have a very good Games.